everyone at the stable school, it's Alana. I hope you're all keeping safe and well and I'm missing you all lots. Today I'm going to be making orange cookies. So this recipe normally makes 20 but I'm only going to make 10, so I'm going to halve the ingredients I need. So the first step of the recipe says to preheat the oven to 180, so I'm going to do that now. 180, so that's done. The next step, cream the butter and sugar together. So because I'm halving the ingredients, I only need 90 grams of butter. So I've got my scales, I'll turn my scales on. Got to mention, I'm wearing an apron to keep my clothes clean and I've washed my hands before I've started any of this, so it's always good to do when you're cooking. So 90 grams butter. 6. Perfect. So you'll just grab a mixing bowl. I had one, but I think it's going to be too small, so I'll grab another one. Sorry about all the noise. There you go. Yep, butter. So, and next the sugar. So how much sugar do we need? Sugar. 67 grams. So set your scales back to 0. And 57. Perfect. Add that to your bowl. So we need to cream the sugar and the butter together. So to do that, I'm going to use a wooden spoon. And just mix it together. Mash it all up and mix it together. If you use softened butter, it should make this a lot easier for you. Okay, so that's done, and if you can see, it's getting nice and creamy now. So next we need to add the egg yolk. So best way to do that is to crack the egg. Open it and let the egg yolk run, the egg white run through your hand, so you've just got the egg yolk left. So you just get the egg yolk left there. There's a little bit of egg white there, but now it's come off. There we go. So add that to the sugar and butter you've got in your bowl. Give your hands a rinse. Okay. So mix the egg in. And now we need to add the vanilla essence. So it says 2 teaspoons for 20 cookies. So I'm just going to put 1 teaspoon in because I'm only making 10. If I can open it. There we go. So grab a teaspoon and add that to your mixture. Give it another stir. Okay, so now we need to add the orange zest. So to do the orange zest, I'm going to grate it using a cheese grater. And I'm probably going to choose, what's that? Probably going to choose, I'm going to do it on a chopping board because sometimes that's easier, so it's less messy. I'm going to choose probably the biggest grater. So you just grate the zest off the orange, which is going to give it that nice zingy taste. Sorry about the noise. So just keep doing that so you get all the zest off. There's not much on here. That'll do. Because I'm only making 10, there's not actually a lot of orange zest, but that's fine. That's enough to give it some flavour. So add that to your mixture. And mix that in. So your mixture should start looking like this. Okay, and next you need to add the flour to it. So this is going to make it into a dough. So I need 112 grams of flour, self-raising flour. 112. 112. Bit too much there, so okay. So add that to your mixture, and then just give it a small stir. So now you should be forming your dough for your cookies, which is actually going really nicely. So I'm just going to clear up the side, so bear with me whilst I do that. I am a bit of a messy cook, so move everything out the way for the minute. It does help if you clean up as you go along, because otherwise you sort of get stuck in all your mess. So lovely, brilliant. So once it starts forming into a dough, I tend to use my hands to make it come together. If it's still a bit sticky, then you can add a little bit more flour, but don't add too much, otherwise you'll make it quite dry. So pop some flour on the surface so you can sort of knead it out. Knead the mixture out. At the moment mine's quite sticky still, so just got to make some lovely. So make sure you've got all the mixture out. Just keep kneading it until, and adding as little flour as you can to keep the mixture not too dry. Lovely. Sorry guys, you're gonna have to bear with me, it's taking a while. If you've been baking anything at home, it'd be great to hear what you've been baking or see some pictures of it. I've only started getting into cooking since this lockdown, so it's all a learning curve for me. But I've made some nice meals from it, so that's good. Okay, so I think that's come together now. So the next step is to make 10 small balls and place them on the tray. So I need to grease the baking tray so they don't stick to it. So I'm just going to do that now. Just still needing this. Right, I'm just going to wash my hands. Get all the remaining cookie mixture off my hand. Right. Okay, hands washed. So to grease your baking tray, I'm using one this size. It's got a bit of flour on it, but that's fine because that'll help it not help the mixture not to stick. So to grease the baking tray, I'm going to use some flour and I'm going to use some kitchen foil. To grease it. So I just dip the foil into the butter and wipe like this. So when the cookies come out the oven, they don't stick to the tray. Okay. So my recipe tells me to make 10 small balls. So to do that, I think I'm just gonna take some of the mixture and roll it in my hand like this and hope for the best because I haven't actually made these before, so they could turn out disastrous, but I'm sure they'll be yummy no matter what they look like, really. So this should make 10, so I think that'll be fine. So just keep going. So that's, keep going. It's quite a nice mixture because it's not too dry, so that's good. Make sure you, when you put the balls on the tray, make sure you leave space between them because they will expand and you don't want them all sticking together unless you want to make one giant cookie, which would be quite nice. Right. Okay. So I've got 7 there. So not sure how big, but I think that'll be fine. Sorry, I'm not a fast cook. I'm a perfectionist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not sure if this is going to make 10. Just try and. So. Just have a tiny one at the end. That's fine. Okay. Okay, just going to wash my hands again. Okay, so I've made them into balls, which I'll show you now. So there's 10 there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put them in the oven for 12 minutes, until slightly browned. So I'll put my timer on for 12 minutes and we'll put those in there and see how they turn out. And then I'm going to do another video showing how to ice them and decorate them. So pop those in there. And I'll do another video in a minute. Hi everyone, so I've taken the cookies out of the oven and they're looking nice and brown. So now I'm going to ice them and decorate them. So this is what they're looking like at the moment. So for this part you will need icing sugar, the juice of an orange, and I'm using multicoloured stars to decorate them. So, first step is going to be to cut the orange in half. And it says you need, for this recipe, it says you need 1 mug of icing sugar, but I'm only going to use half a mug of icing sugar because I'm only making 10, so I'm not going to need as much. So, half a cup. Okay, that will do for now. You can always add more if you don't think it's going to be enough. So I'm going to pop that into the bowl. And with the icing sugar, I'm going to add the juice of an orange. So I'm just going to squeeze it into the icing sugar. Okay, give that a mix to see if that's enough, because what you don't want to happen is your icing sugar to go really runny, so you just have to keep adding more and more icing sugar to it. So for instance now I'm going to have to add a bit more icing sugar to it. The thicker the better, really. It's looking better now. So just keep adding until you're happy with the consistency of it. Smells really nice. It's getting there. I'm going to add a little bit more. I'd probably say don't put too much orange juice in it because it does seem to make it quite runny. Okay, lovely, right. So I'll just mix that in a bit more and then I'll show you what it looks like. Just move that out of the way. Lovely. So I'll just show you what that looks like. So it shouldn't be too runny, it should be a nice consistency. Okay. I'm just going to add a little bit more. I get picky with how thick my icing is. That's it. Okay, so now we're ready to decorate. So, to decorate, all you need to do is get a dollop of icing sugar and place it on top of the cookie. Now, I'm not the most creative person, so mine don't tend to look great once I've decorated them. But have a play around, because I know that there's a lot of creative people at the school. So do whatever you feel. Go. So I'll just show you what I've done. So I'm going to put some stars on it. and I shall show you. And there we have it. So do that with all your cookies. Once you've done that, leave the icing sugar to set, and you can keep them in a sealed container, and I think they'll last about 2 to 3 days, but probably 2. So enjoy your cookies, and I'll hopefully see you all soon. Bye!